Alright, so good morning, dear traders. Winston here, aka Mr. Mayor Forex Trading. So let's have a look. I'm just waiting for the gold. I'm going to start off by the gold this morning, and I know I'm a couple of minutes late, but yeah, it's trading. Don't have to start at 8. You can start whenever you're ready. Okay, so I've been having a look at this gold last night as well, and last night also I've been checking it. Now I've marked off the recent swing low and the recent swing high. So I'm waiting for either of those to be broken over there or there. So here you can see price did come down, broke that swing low, but my trading style demands that there needs to be a second run, and the second run needs to break that initial candle that broke the previous low or the previous high. So like that candle over there, that is a low. Now that was a pullback, so I was waiting for a second run to break that that low over there. I'm just going to mark it off so you guys can see it. So as soon as I saw second run break that low, then that would have been my entry as well. So I would have waited for it to break through, come back for a retest, pick me up for a sell order, and then hopefully go all the way down to that area over there. But the reason I wait for a second run, is to keep me out of those situations where it's like a little fake out and then it goes back up again. That's why I always wait for a second run, and the second run needs to break that initial breakthrough low. If I just waited for it to have a pullback and jumped in a sell position, I would have been in a losing position now. That's why the way I trade is I wait for a breakthrough of the previous low or the previous high, a pullback, and then a second run that breaks the initial high or low that broke the previous high or low. Okay, so the gold for me is still in a sideways movement. I'm not interested in buying or selling any gold because I don't do 5-minute or 1-minute time frames and whatnot like this. If you in the 5-minute and 1-minute time frame, you can definitely go into the 1-minute time frame, mark that as a red line and that there as a green line, and just trade in between it. You can obviously do that, but I don't like trading on the 1-minute and the 5-minute time frame. I don't like sitting in front of the computer the whole flipping day. So I come up, I do my initial checking, and I see if there's any opportunities. No opportunities, I move on. I continue on with my day. I've got a life. So let's have a look through the euro yen. Still sideways movement. There's no movement over here. As a scalper, yes, this could be your ticket out of here, because you could still trade that and on the 1-minute and the 5-minute time frame. 100% fine. Just mark that as a red and mark that as a green, and just trade in between it. You can definitely do that, but unfortunately for me, that's not the way I operate. So okay, so that was the previous high, that's the previous low there, and the previous high. So that's the recent high and the recent swing low there. I'm waiting for price to either break through either one of those, and then I'll jump in for a buy or a sell opportunity. The same with the pound USD. I'm just waiting for the previous low or previous high to be broken, then I'll jump in. Further than that, it's a slow start to the month for me, but that's trading, unfortunately, and you have to be willing to wait for your opportunities and not just jump in willy-nilly and start trading, because that's how you're going to lose money. And anyways, there's still plenty time, so you just have to be patient and wait for your turn. It will happen, it will come. The right trade will come. There's always a trade, always. Okay, US yen, you see it's a nice on a nice low side over here. It looks like the perfect opportunity to jump in for a selling opportunity here, because we are a little bit on the downside, but you have to remember you are at a very solid support. So my rule state, if you're close to a support or close to a you don't want to sell close to a support. You don't want to buy close to a resistance. That's just a rule I have, and it has saved me a couple of times. Always be wary of where your supports and your resistance are, your main supports and main resistance are, and focus on them, and know when you get close to them, your trading style has to change. So here's a good example as well. So you were waiting for price to break through there, come back for a retest and do a second run past that high. Then on that high is where you will put your trade in, your buy order in, because it should come back and hit you and then go further in your direction. If there's no second run, look at that. You see, you would have jumped in here and poop, you would have been in big trouble. Always wait for a second run, a breakthrough candle or a breakthrough that breaks a previous high or previous low, retest, and second run that breaks that initial high that broke through. All right, keep that in your toolbox of tools to use. It will keep you out of a lot of shitty situations where you get these fake outs and you get caught in them, and then you're in trouble. Okay. So far, nothing for me today yet. The gold looks like it wants to start moving. So let's hope that we get some form of movement on the gold. So as well, I'm just waiting for a breakthrough of the structure, this previous low here, or the previous high. So that's all I'm waiting for at this stage. But until then, we've got sideways movement. If you guys want to scalp, this is a perfect opportunity to do some scalping in between these two lines. And yeah, nothing much for today's trading. But remember, ladies and gents, like, share, subscribe, and we'll definitely, if something happens, I will go live and I will record it. But I don't think much is going to happen on the markets at the moment. So everything is just at a very, very down point. Look at the volume. There's absolutely almost no volume in this market. There's a little bit of volume in this market, in the gold, but not much. Anyways, that's for today. I'm just waiting for something to happen. As soon as something happens, I'll jump in and we start trading. From my side, have a good one. See you guys again. Cheers.
Tick, tick, tick.